Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, because I know everybody doesn't subscribe, hey, welcome back. What's goody? Okay, so as you can see by the title, I am starting a new series called the Entrepreneur Series because I am coming out with my own cosmetic line very soon. I wanted to take you all on this journey with me, but not only that, I wanted to help others who want to start a lash line, gloss line, cosmetic line, the ones who don't know where to start, what to do, the ones who have hit like a plateau in their research, or even they've started and they don't know where to go from there. I wanted to help you, and I wanted just to share this journey with my viewers. Okay, a little background story. I've wanted to start my own lash line for years. It's been years that I wanted to do this. It's been years that I've been doing research, and no, it does not take years to start a lash line. I'm just a procrastinator. I'm one hell of a procrastinator. That's just that. About that. So a few months ago, I decided, on a specific date, launch date, which meant I had to put everything into motion. I had to put fire under my own ass and get everything going. So a lot of stuff that I'm going to share with you, especially on the first 2 or 3 videos, I've already done. It's just basically to help you guys and to share what I've already done, where I'm at, mistakes I've made, tips for you guys who've started, who wants to start, even people who don't even care to have a line or to launch a business, you're just interested in the behind the scenes. I can share with you guys as well. So the first thing, you need to get a planner and or a notebook. I have a notebook. I write everything down in here, everything, and all my pens. I have a planner. This planner right here isn't marked as far as like, it's not a set year, so I can customize that planner any way I choose. And that was important to me because I didn't want to get a planner that already that started in the beginning of the year or limits me to how I can use it. And this planner you can customize this planner anyway. It comes with stickers, it comes with folders, it comes with a lot of stuff that I didn't even realize came in it. And one thing that I do, I don't market month to month. I only market the months that I have stuff coming up, or the months that I have like deadlines. So my calendar is not in a chronological order. Basically, it doesn't go February, March, April. It just doesn't. And I needed something like that because I'm weird like that. I'm just not somebody that you can just box, and I don't like feeling limited, and a planner like that stops me from feeling limited. You can get it from Michaels. Michaels always have a sale. They always have coupons online. You can get it from the dollar store, Walmart, Target. I got mine from Michaels, both of them from Michaels. It's just, I don't know. I was online and I started looking and I ordered it, and they were on sale. So the next step to starting a business, you have to decide what you want to sell. I mean, no one can tell you what you want to sell. People can give you ideas, but the key to longevity in your business, or one of the keys to longevity in your business, you have to be passionate about what you're going to sell. So if you're starting a business because your friend started it, or excuse me if y'all can hear the sirens, like, really, you don't start a business because your friend is starting a business, or you see someone on YouTube starting a business, or you know someone else who's starting a business. Like, start it because this is something you've been interested in, you're passionate about, you want to get into this field because you genuinely care about it. Because if not, on those hard days, on those stressful days, on those days when you just like F it all, you're going to have to remember why you started. You're going to have a reason to keep going. And trust me, I haven't even launched yet, and I am stressed, okay? I've had so many sleepless nights, so many long days and long nights that come with this life, and I haven't even launched yet. But I am so passionate about this. Like I said, I've wanted this for so long. There's no giving up now that I've started. But had I not been passionate about this, I would have been, I'm done. I'm done. So before you decide on a definite business that you want to launch, ask yourself why you're doing it. Literally, ask yourself, and in that same notebook that you bought, write it down. Write down all the reasons why you want to start your business. And if none of your reasons are, I'm not going to tell you to not do it, but if none of your reasons are because you're passionate about it, ask yourself, why do you want to do it? Anyway, the next step to starting your business. Once you figure out what you want to sell, this step is imperative, okay? This next step, you can't skip this if you wanted to. There's no way for you to start a business without doing research. Research is one of the most, if not the most important thing to starting a business. Like, there is no way you can get around it. It's just not. And like I said, I have been doing research for years, and I honestly feel like this is something I will continue to do research on, simply because you can never learn too much. You honestly want to become an expert on the industry you're going into. The business that you're launching, the products that you're going to sell, you want to become an expert. You don't want to sell anything and you have customers asking, or potential customers asking you questions, and you can't answer simply because you just don't know. You did not do the research that was needed. Yes, YouTube can be a part of your research, but don't let YouTube be your cap. Don't let YouTube be the most research you did. No. You're I cannot stress this enough. YouTube has a lot of valuable information. YouTube, you can learn a lot on YouTube. It's 2020. YouTube has everything. Okay? YouTube has everything on here. Everything you need and want to learn, you can probably learn it on here, on YouTube. Plain and simple. However, it's more to it than YouTube. And you shouldn't allow yourself to use just YouTube for research. Plain and simple. Because your brand represents you. And I would hope that you wouldn't want something out there that you wouldn't know anything about. So, I'm going to actually do a separate part, a separate video. This is going to be my next video when it comes to vendors and researching vendors and the ins and out of finding a quality vendor. It's a lot that goes into it, and that's why I'm separating that into an actual video. So since I'm launching my lash line first, I'm going to talk about lash vendors. And I'm going to talk about lash vendors in this video briefly, and then I'm going to do a totally separate video Next, on vendors. You can't find a quality vendor without doing your research. Plain and simple. It's just it's just one of those steps that you're gonna have to take. Unless you purchase like a vendor list, and even then, with vendor lists, depending on who you buy it from, you're gonna still have to do research. And your research isn't limited to looking for a vendor. You have to talk to your vendor. You have to know what questions to ask your vendor. You have to know what to look for on your vendor sites and in the conversations that you're having with your vendor. You have to test your lashes, and that costs. that costs. Some research is free, some is not. That's just what that is. Like I said, I'm gonna do a whole total separate video on lash vendors. And I'm going to show you how to find vendors. No, I'm not going to give you any vendors for free. And anyone that has ever launched the line and they know or has done research with trying to find vendors, they know what goes into trying to find a vendor. It is a lot. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I've spoken to countless vendors because I never had a launch date up until recently, a few months ago, but like I said, for years I've wanted this. So for years I've been talking to vendors. For years I've been trying things and I've been asking them questions and I've been doing research. Some of them vendors, I'm surprised they even have a conversation with me at this point because I'm pretty sure they know I'm just asking questions. And no, I'm not doing it just to kill time. Like, I am very thorough with my research. I'm very thorough with my vendors. I'm not going to invest in a company by purchasing inventory and it's going to be shitty. Plain, I'm not doing it. I don't mind testing multiple vendors. I don't mind paying, like, I don't mind putting that money into getting samples and paying shipping and all. I don't care about that. What I do care about is whatever vendor I decide to work with, or vendors, because I am working with multiple right now. Whatever vendors I decide to work with are going to have quality product that's going to make me proud to put my name behind. I don't care, like, and that's the part of this whole vendor thing. You're gonna spend money. You're going to spend money on samples, you're going to spend money on shipping, and it's no guarantee that your first vendor you're going to like. That's just a risk you're going to have to take, but if you're passionate about this, it's okay. It's not a loss, so I promise you, you're going to make that back. I promise. I promise. No matter how much, I'm not going to, don't do anything ridiculous like spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on one sample. Unless you buying hair, your lashes shouldn't be hundreds and hundreds of dollars on samples. But whatever amount you pay on your samples, you're going to make that back. I promise you, once you find your vendor and you sell your lashes, you're going to make that back. So don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself and in your brand. It's needed. I promise you, it's needed. You're going to do this. Now, one thing I can say, and I'll go into more detail in my next video, is that I can sell you my vendor list. My vendor list consists of 10 to 20 vendors that I've spoken to over the last 3 years. More importantly, these are vendors I'm still in contact with. These are vendors that I trust. These are vendors that I back. These are vendors that I have literally asked all my important questions to. These are vendors I've tried. I don't believe in scamming. Anyone who knows me know I don't believe in scamming. That is not me. I don't believe in people giving you stuff for free either. Ever since I started this journey, I have never asked anyone for help. My sister will tell you, like, she literally watches my video and she comments. She will tell you I mentioned more than once that I was lost on certain things, but I refuse to ask for help. One, I like to figure things out on my own, and two, I think it's just rude and just inconsiderate to ask someone for vendors when they put in that work to find their vendor. I don't mind talking to vendors. I don't mind doing the research. I don't mind purchasing samples. I don't mind any of that. And I understand some people just aren't tech savvy. Some people don't have the time, which if you're starting a business, you need to make the time. But some people just honestly don't know where to start or how to find vendors. And that's what my next video is for. I'm going through all of that with you guys. But if you still at this point where you're like, listen, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go through all these vendors and try to find out vendors and all of that. You can purchase my vendor list. Plain and simple. Purchase. Like I said, all my vendors on my list are credible. All my lash vendors have bomb lashes, okay? One of my main vendor isn't on that list, but one of my second vendor is on that list. And I'm not gonna sell you my actual vendor. We're just not gonna do that. I mean, come on. I don't even have to explain why. But I will tell you, the reason I chose my vendor over the other vendors on my list isn't even because of the lashes. Don't get me wrong, their lashes are bomb, okay? And I'm very happy with the lashes I received from them. However, it was one thing that they offered that the other vendors didn't even have that made me go, that I wanted, that made me go with them. And it goes back to that part where I said, know what you want. This is something I'm going to talk about in the next video too, but it goes with this whole know what you want before you look for a vendor. Know exactly what you're looking for, because what my main vendor has that the other vendors didn't have, they didn't even advertise it. It wasn't, I literally had asked about that, and then they told me, yeah. So that's why I chose my particular vendor over my other vendors. But all of my other vendors on my list, I would legit invest in. Plain and simple. So I don't believe in scamming. I started that point and then went on a tangent. But I don't believe in scamming. So like I said, all of my vendors are legit. Not to, shit on nobody else hustle. But a lot of these vendor lists that other people are selling aren't legit. I'm just going to be real with you. These are lists that they literally go on these different sites, type in certain terms, a list comes up, and they pick the first few off the list and they sell it to you. They don't talk to these vendors. They don't do research with these vendors. They don't test these vendors' products out. They don't go and they don't talk to clients that worked with these vendors. They don't they don't check reviews to see how legit the vendors are. And it's foul. I think it's a scam. I don't like it, but like I said, not to shit on nobody hustle, but that's what that is. It's a scam. So you're gonna still have to do your own research with these vendors, and you might just end up with some bad products simply because these people selling you stuff did not try out the products themselves. My list, like I said, my list have credible vendors on it. You're still going to have to ask these vendors questions. You're going to still have to ask these vendors questions simply because what I want in my brand and what I want in my line, you might not want. And the thing is, you don't even know what I want because I haven't shared it, and I probably won't share it. But I will go over the questions in the next video about what you should ask your vendors. And with all these vendors, I've asked those questions, but again, you don't know what I'm looking for. So I would still advise you to ask the vendors these questions because what you want in your brand, I might not want, and vice versa. Before I jump back to the list, if you want to purchase my vendor list, inbox me on my Pretty and Ruthless Instagram page, and we'll be working through PayPal. So if you don't have PayPal, you might want to set it up, because I'm not using anything else. But the link is in the description box, and I will have it. I'll put it on the screen. After you've done your research, and again, research never ends, but to the point now where you're like, okay, I've decided that this is really what I want to do. I'm ready to jump in it. You have to come up with a name. Come up with a name for your brand. You want your name to be original, and you want your name to be creative. When I say original, I don't mean go ahead and name your brand something bougie, something with 3 E's, because everybody else got 2 E's. I'm not going to tell you what to name your brand, but we got a lot of bougies. Bougie this and bougie that with 2 E's and 3 E's and different Think of it like this. If you ran into someone in the streets and they ask you about your lashes or your hair or your outfit or whatever you're selling, and you didn't even have you didn't have your business card. That's another video. You didn't have your business card. You didn't have anything. You couldn't pull up your Instagram or your website or anything, right? All you have is your word of mouth. So you tell them, oh, my brand name is Bougie Hair Collection. And they're like, okay, I'm going to look you up online on Instagram when I get home. Bougie Hair Collection, right? And you're like, yeah, Bougie Hair Collection. With 3 E's. And they can be like, okay, Bougie Hair Collection with 3 E's. I'm going to look you up. They get on Instagram. They forgot the 3 E's part. And they said Bougie Hair Collection with 2 E's. Now, Heather page came up. Now, I don't know if this is somebody's brand, and I don't know if it's a Heather. That's just my example. But Heather page came up, and she's the owner of Bougie Hair Collection with 2 E's. And now they're about to order hair from Heather when it's not they're supposed to be ordering hair from you. But because you named your brand the same thing as somebody else, but you tried to spell it different, now you just lost a customer. Because your brand isn't original. Your name isn't original. Your name says more about you and your brand than you realize. And it's so important to be creative and original. Now, everyone doesn't have a creative bone in their body. I get it. Trust me. I don't have that problem. But I know people who do. So I get it. And I understand that people who do not have a creative bone in their body. I get it. But find a way to find something creative. Find a way to find something original. Ask your family members. Ask your friend. Ask your mate. Look up certain stuff online. You know what I mean? And even before you say like you decide on a name, look at the trademarks. Online, the trademarks. I'm going to do a video on that too if you guys want that. I'll talk about that later. Don't comment that. Look on Instagram. Look on Facebook. Look on Twitter. Look on Snapchat. Look on YouTube to see if names come up with see if anything comes up with what you want. If you already see someone has that name, even if that name is not trademark, if you already see someone have it, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. The next thing with your name, you don't want to limit yourself. You don't want to put any trending terms in your name. And when I mean trending, I mean words that's like hot right now. But then next year or year after next, people don't even say that anymore, and then now you saying that in your name, and I'm like, why is she still using that? Now, I will be the first to tell you, don't care how nobody feels about you. Don't even care about what people will say. But I'm saying, when you're using this trending term right now because it's hot to you. If you feel like that word is not going to be hot in a couple of years, we think longevity with our business. At least I do, and I would hope you do too. So, you want something that's going to be around for a long time. When I say don't limit yourself, I have a lot of people come to me, and I do not exaggerate with this, a lot of people who come to me for business advice, which I think is weird because most of them didn't even know I was launching a business. I'm kind of flattered by it, actually. Because, okay, most of them did not know I was launching a business, one. Two, I haven't even launched a business. So for you to come to me for business advice, and not even just like, oh, what do you think about this, what do you think about this, but like real business advice, that meant something to me. Because that made me feel like you feel like I knew what I'm talking about, for one. So I had a lot of people come to me about their name. And one thing I stress, and I stress to anyone, and I will stress to anyone, do not limit yourself in your name ever. Ever. Don't ever limit yourself. To put into perspective what I meant by think longevity, don't limit yourself, no trending terms, none of that. Okay, so right now, what's hot? Right now, a trending term is period poo. I can't even say that without laughing. I think that's one of the most craziest things ever. But period poo, right? That's something that's trending right now. Everything is period. You know what I mean? Which is weird because we've been saying period since I've been a kid. So, like, to express like period, like, you know, but now it came back out as something that's trending, like it was something new, and it's not. But back to this. So, say you want to name your business Period Poo Shirts. Do you think in 2 years, and I'm being generous with this 2 years, period poo is going to even be something people be saying? People going to be like, period poo, what? They're probably going to think about Pooh Bear. Some Pooh Bear shirts. Plain, that's just the reality of it. So you go to name your company Period Poo Shirts, right? Say we just gonna stick with period poo. You say you don't care if that's a trending term, you're gonna stick with it. Okay, the next thing. When I said don't limit yourself, you started off selling shirts. Then you decided, I want to sell hoodies, and I want to sell pants, and I want to sell shoes, and I want to maybe sell hair, but I want everything to be under my brand, Period Poo Shirts. You not saying you can't sell all of those stuff, because you can. Now you've limited yourself in your business name by saying Period Poo Shirts. So now when you show somebody your business card, or somebody pulls up your Instagram and they start looking at stuff and they don't even click on your page, they just see your name and they say shirts, they can be like, okay, well, that's not what I'm looking for, because she just selling shirts. You would want to, in that case, unless you're hell-bent on only selling shirts in that scenario, you would want to say Period Poo Apparel, Period Poo Apparel, or Period Poo Apparel, and etc. Like, you just don't want to limit yourself. Like I said, if you want to stick with trending terms, stick with trending terms. I would never tell you what to name your business or what not to name your business. What I'm telling you is, you have to step aside and not focus on the right now, but think about longevity in your business. This is not something that you just, unless this is what you want. Again, If that's what you want, ignore me on this part. But if you want to think longevity in your business and you don't want your business to be around for 2-3 months, take into consideration some of the things that I said, and take into consideration that maybe you need to step back and reanalyze certain parts of your business. It's all about longevity. You don't want to limit yourself. We want to make 6 and 7 figures, possibly 8. But we know being a billionaire is whew. You know what I mean? You don't want to be 100-year, 1,000-year. You want to be a millionaire. We speaking longevity in our business. We're speaking coinage in our business. Another thing, when that I should have put way back when we talked about deciding what you want to do. Don't let anyone discourage you, or don't let a situation discourage you, or don't let a market discourage you simply because it's oversaturated. This person selling it, that person selling it, this person doing this. I know 10 people doing this. Okay, sis. Oh, brother. Oh, bro. Oh, bub. You know 10 people, and guess what? You can be the 11th person. Simply because what you have, no one else has. And you have to remember that. Don't ever compare yourself to anyone else. Ever. In this business, and being an entrepreneur, don't compare yourself. Don't compare your business. Do your own thing. Don't let anyone else's success discourage you. Period. I was about to say it. Don't let anyone else's success or business discourage you. If this is something you want to do, if this is something you're passionate about, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. The hardest step to starting a business, I promise you, and this is coming from the, if there were a procrastination award ceremony, I promise you I would win. I promise you I would win this ceremony. I would win that award. I promise. So hear me out when I say this. The hardest step to starting a business is starting. Believe it or not, it's starting. That is the hardest step. I gave myself excuse after excuse after excuse why I couldn't start my business. Why I couldn't do this. Why I shouldn't do this. Y'all, when I tell you I had every excuse in the book, okay? Is it down? Every excuse in the book why I couldn't start my business, why I shouldn't start my business. Oh, I'm going to start it then. I'm going to start it then. I'm going to start. No. If you want to start a business now. And I'm not going to tell you it's easy and you're just going to wake up one day and say, I'm going to get started now. And then you're going to launch your business next week. No, it's not that simple. But once you start, once you put your foot down and say, listen, this is what I want. Once you do that, I promise you, everything else is going to fall into place. And you're going to have your hiccups. You're going to have your bumps. Yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be stressful. Y'all, but I tell you, these last 2.5 months, because this is when I finally decided that, okay, I am going to do this. I have been so stressed. I have been talking to vendors every night. Most mornings I go to sleep around 8 or 9 in the morning. Some days I can sleep, I can get my hours in. I'll be out. Other days I am up like a zombie. But that's what comes with this. And if you're not ready for that, and this is what you want to do, you need to get ready. Because I'm not going to say not to do it, but I'm going to say you have to get ready. Plain and simple, get ready. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And if you want it, you're going to fight for it. On my next video, when I talk about vendors and how to find vendors, and I'm actually going to show you how to search for vendors, I'm gonna go over the questions to ask vendors and all of that good stuff. I am actually gonna show you samples that I have. Um, I'm gonna show you what to look for in your samples, what not to look. You know what your sample should have. So after you found your name, you've done all of that. Now we're gonna talk about logos. Yeah, some of y'all gonna be mad at me. Some of y'all gonna be mad, and that's okay. You know, it's okay. Um, because it's not personal. I don't know you personally, so don't take it personal. Okay. When it comes to logos, y'all, it's this thing going around now, and not now, because it's been like that for probably about a year or two. Y'all gonna be mad at me. Okay. You want your logo to be definitely a representation of your brand. Definitely a representation of your brand. You don't want any offensive words in your brand. You definitely don't want any offensive symbols or anything racist or anything that should be a given. That's like common sense stuff, right? Okay. When it comes to logos are another thing that you don't want to have anything trending inside of. Like, you don't want your logo to consist of anything that's trending right now. This is the part that y'all probably gonna get mad at me on. So you see all those logos where people have been using their faces as their logo. Yeah, you might not want to do that. Let me tell you, it's cute if it's done right. It's cute, but at the end of the day, that's logos. And again, there is no rules about this. Okay, this is just something. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of research. Matter of fact, even before I say this, before you launch whatever line you want to launch, look at whatever company that's taking over that industry right now, that's at the top of that industry. Look at their work. Look at their business pages. Look at their websites. Look at their logos. Look at the content that they post, and ask yourself, is that what you're doing? Before I even get into the whole face part of the logo. Okay, logos are something that you want to be timeless. You want to be clean. These logos with these faces, that's something that came out a couple of years ago. Am I even going to say a couple of years ago? No, that's something, yeah, it's probably going a year or two. Real artists, real graphic designers, they're going to tell you that that's not something that's going to be around a long time. It's just not. And again, if that's what you want, by all means, put that on your brand and rock that shit. That's your thing. But just a heads up, now that's something that's became oversaturated, because that's something now everyone wants to put their face on their logo. And there's nothing wrong with you being the face of your brand, as you should. That's your shit. As you should. It's something when everyone's logo looks the same. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that part, on the logo and stuff. And not in the next episode, but I am going to do a series where, I am going to do a video where I show you how to make logos, how to make business cards, how to make thank you cards. What else am I going to show you in that video? I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to do in that particular video. I'm not going to do a video on this, but if you guys want me to mention in one of my videos about the legal side of starting a business, trademarking, LLCs, EIN numbers, all of that good stuff, I can do that. Just let me know in the comments. If you guys want to purchase my vendor list with my quality vendors on there, you can hop in my inbox on Instagram. Be PayPal ready. Have your email together. If you guys want to see a tutorial on this eye look, drop pink hearts in the comments for me. I haven't done a subtle eye like, well, this isn't subtle, but compared to what I'm usually doing, I haven't done a look like this in a long time. It's definitely not subtle with my bottom lashes, but his bottom lashes are no lashes, period. So I will always wear bottom lashes. So this will wrap up the first series of my the first video of my entrepreneur series. I will be back with the video on how to find a vendor, questions to ask for a vendor, everything you want to know about vendors, especially with lashes. And you can, I was going to incorporate hair, but I'm going to leave hair for another time. Hair vendors for no separate video. That's a whole different ball game. I could do lip glosses as well, but I think I'm going to wait to do the lip gloss video. So we're going to strictly do this about just vendors in general, and then lash vendors. And again, you know, hit my DMs if you want to purchase the list, if you don't want to even go through that headache of finding a vendor. I get it. Trust me, it's a lot goes into it. I get it. However, like I said, I did it. I would do it over again. I wouldn't change the path that I took, because it made this process mean so much more to me. So yeah, if you're starting a lash business, or if you have a lash business, leave your info in my comments, your Instagram page, your website, all that. Or if you're planning on launching, leave your launch date, and I will support you guys. I will follow you on Instagram. I'll purchase stuff from you guys. I don't mind supporting other small businesses, because I will officially be a small business. My launch date is, I didn't even say my launch date, but my launch date is on my birthday, which will be April 27th. I am launching on my birthday, so this series will last up until then and post my launch date, because I do have stuff I want to share with you guys after I launch as well. So if you want to stay updated with my journey, if you want to get help starting your business, or help getting over that plateau that you have, or if you want to be a part of the bratty crew, or if you like makeup and hair and all that other pretty shit, you can hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. Comment your businesses down below. Comment those pink hearts if you want a tutorial on this look, and hit my DMs on Instagram. Follow my main page, bratty_puffs, and my business page, pretty_the_n_ruthless. I'm gonna have all of that in the description box and on the screen, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.